Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Shine Squad call that we do weekly. So glad you're here. I just got back from spring break. We went to Palm Springs. It was so fun to just get away from my house and from reality and be in the sunshine and hang out with my kids and my husband. So that was great. Now I'm back and my nails are still going strong. Okay, I'm so impressed. I can't remember if these are 1 week or 2 weeks old, but I just am blown away, as I'm sure you all are too. Um, so today I thought we would talk about I wanted to do a little bit of an email training. So I'm curious, raise your hand if you guys have an email list that you use. I mean, that you have. Like, do you have an email list of customers yet? Yes. Okay, some of you do. How many of you, okay, Mama B says no. Darlene, do you have a list of people? Write in the chat if you are, if I don't see if your face isn't showing. Um, if you have a like email list. Brittany says, I wish. Okay. Well, let me tell you guys, I'm very passionate about emails. Because email is the only thing that you actually own. Okay. Do you guys remember at the beginning of the year when TikTok went down and they were like, sh they shut it completely down and we didn't know if it was going to come back. Like we thought it was the end of TikTok forever. And I know many of you probably don't use TikTok, but some of you do. And that's how crazy it is. Like, that's how little you own your social media, right? Because at any time it can be taken away. At any time you could end up in Facebook jail. At any time you could have your Instagram account hacked. Or I've had friends, where Instagram will like block them from their own account. And Um, and so it's not actual real estate that you own. The only thing that you actually own is your email list. And so that's what I want to focus on today because having an email list in any business, but especially in your Kleo Kolor business, is a great idea because anytime, first of all, it's something that you can continue to email your customers about new promotions, right? Or any that Clio Color is doing, which they're doing a really fun one today, if in case you missed that one. The $10 nails, which is so fun. And so that's the kind of thing that you would want to email out to your customer list. Now, let me start with how to build a customer list, okay? So the very first thing that I would recommend, hold on, I'm gonna put this in speaker view. So the first thing I would recommend in building your customer list is number one, most of you have a VIP group, which is basically a customer Facebook group on Facebook, a customer community on Facebook. If you don't have a VIP group, I highly, highly recommend that you do. I highly recommend that you start one because, again, it's kind of a similar where it's like a pool of customers or prospects that are interested in the nails and that you can talk about the nails all the time. Like I joke about how your Instagram and your Facebook, main wall should just be like your reality show sprinkled with commercials. But if you have a Facebook group for your customers that is about nails, you could make it an infomercial. You could talk about nails all the freaking time, which is great because that's what we do. And many of you, this is your main source of income. And so we want to be an infomercial somewhere. And so being able to do that in our Facebook group is awesome. So the first thing I recommend, and I'm actually going to share my screen, is I'll show you let me show you my customer community. And it's called Killing Me Happy. And by the way, I've changed names a couple times. So you are allowed to change your name if you feel like it. You can rebrand if you need to. It went from Fancy Pants Nails to it was like Mamas and Manny's, and now it's Killing Me Happy. Um, so so I just want to put in that disclaimer. But what I want to show you is you definitely want to add a membership question in your, so here's my customer community, just so you, and it has my URL in the header. I recommend that too. That way, if people are like, wait, what's your link? They can look in the header and it's right there. I would also add your link in the about section. So that's another place to add your link. And then make sure you got some really cool featured, you can pin posts so you can see the surprise deal that they just posted about. You can see tips for applying, different things that I've got pinned at the top. Okay. So make sure you're using that feature, but also then in here, I'm just talking about the nails. I'm doing like a mani of the day. I ask questions to get interaction. So doing like polls and things just to make it interactive. So see, look at this. Just asking questions like do noodles belong in chili? Got 13 comments there. So these are one method, and this is not a training on your VIP group, but I will say really quick, a really simple acronym to help you if you're like, I don't know what to post in there. Here's my acronym for you. And it is VIP because most people call it their VIP group. And that is you want to do one that is volume based. So something that's going to help you get that personal volume, get those sales, right? And then the I is interactive. So asking those kind of questions, doing polls and things. And then the P is personal, sharing personal stuff here and there in your group. So that's a good approach. I also recommend just a mani a day. Literally, if you're like, I don't have time, I'm working another job, or I'm super busy with kids or whatever, just do a schedule out 7 manis for the whole week that they don't have to be yours. It can be from, the Clio communities, the different nail fee groups or whatever. But anyway, that's what you can put in there. And then this is the part that you want to do. So you can see here, I've got membership questions. So you go see on the left side, I clicked on membership questions. I want you to ask, what's your email so I can send you sales lunches plus my best tips and tricks. And then another question to ask is question number 2, order Kleo Kolor here and add your URL because again, we want that URL, we want that link to be everywhere. So notice how I've got it in the header, I've got it in the description, and I've got it here in question number 2. But this question right here, I have gathered thousands of emails just from this one membership question. So make sure that your VIP group has a membership question that asks for their email. Okay. So, and then here's the annoying thing is that you're going to have to manually add your emails when you get them. So let me show you this. You can see here I've got some members, people wanting to join my group, and sometimes their friends will add them. So you can see here this girl's friend added her. And sometimes they just join on their own. And sometimes they don't answer the questions. You can see here, this girl didn't answer the question, and that's fine. I'm still going to approve her. But this girl, let's see, did she? No, she didn't. Okay, well, let's pretend that she did. If she did, I would copy, like, let's pretend that this is the email. I would highlight it and do like Command C, which is the copy button. And then I would paste it into my email software. So I'm going to show you guys the email software that I use, and it is called Flodesk. And I have a 50% off coupon code for you that I'll share with you in the team and also in the description of this video. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to log in. So I love Flodesk. I've used it for years. I've tried different ones. I tried like Mad Mimi. I tried, there's another one that starts with an M. I don't think Mad Mimi even exists anymore, but the other one with an M, shoot, what's it called? Anyway, I've tried that one. I didn't love it. So this one, you can see here, I sent this email. So I'll show you what it looks like. Let's see. Oh, now it's going to show me my results. I'm just going to show you like a recent email that I sent here. It'll say view in browser if you want to see how it looks. So this is just me talking about the spring nails and sending um, updates on this. I sent this like last week in March about the anniversary collection. And also, even I also do a PS talking about the opportunity, which I do in almost all of my emails. And so, you can, I got these from a graphics group. I didn't even create these graphics myself. And then I've got a button here where they can shop my link, right? So this is, and I will, when I send out new emails, I'm going to give you guys the template, which is another really cool feature here is that you can share as a template. So if you make a really cool email and you want someone on your downline to use it, you can click this button and then share it as a template, and there's the URL that you can send to people. So that's a really cool feature. Um, Let me show you. I'm going to show you the other thing. So what you're going to do is there's a part that says audience, and you will have different segments. So I've got one here that says interested, Kleo colors, you know, different things. So this one's interested customers in Clio. So I could add if somebody was interested, like if I wanted to, let's see, I've got one I'm going to search, that's called Kelly Me Happy. And this is where I add, there it is. Okay, you can see I got 1,100 email subscribers just from asking for emails in that group. And so if I want to add, I would just click this button that says, let me move this. Okay, click add subscriber, and then I would add an individual here and type in their fake email, at whatever, and then their name, and then I would click save, and that would add their email to this audience segment. So you can actually have they're called segments, where you can email different people. Maybe there are people that are only interested in the opportunity. Maybe there are people that are only interested in the nails or whatever. You can add those. You can kind of create different pools of emails, and that way you can send them those different pools of emails. So that is really cool. You can also make forms here, you guys. So like you can have, different forms where people have to fill it out. So let's say you make a freebie, which is another way to, I have like a free video, a free master class called Imposter. Here it is. Imposter to Empowered. Let me see if I can show you guys trying to show. Anyway, you can see it here. But it's called Imposter to Empowered. It's a free masterclass that I offer in my link in bio on Instagram. And they can go here and fill out this form, and then they'll get an email sending them the freebie. So you can always create some sort of freebie. Maybe it's a free class, maybe it's a PDF you make in Canva that adds value to your audience. Um, Whatever. But I think the easiest way, honestly, is by just asking questions in your customer community. And then don't forget to post about your customer community on your personal wall. So like I'll go on, I'm going to show you an example. I'll just make a post right now because I haven't done a post in a couple weeks about it. So I'll just say, I'm going to show you guys this. So this is how you can continue to grow your group, is by saying, are you in my, and then tag your group. If you do you can actually tag your group that says Kelly Me Happy, or says, Cassidy's Nails or whatever. Are you in my Kelly Me Happy group? Question mark. If not, you're missing out. That's all. Sometimes these posts like this are just as powerful as like a picture post. I could add, let's see what it looks like if I add. Yeah, let's try it with the background. Last time I didn't try with background. This time I am going to try it with a background and I'm just testing stuff. So I'm posting about it and then hopefully I'll get some more people that join, which means hopefully they'll add their email and then my email list is growing and my community is growing. So that it was a very short explanation, but that I think is the easiest way to grow your email list. And then you can also, you know, take emails um when you get customers when you get people that personally enroll, you can add their emails um to your Flodesk or whatever server you're using, and you can start emailing them because I don't know exactly how much Flodesk costs now, but like I said, I can give you a coupon code that'll give you 50% off for the entire year if you buy the annual pass. But I think it's worth it because then I try to email them once a week and typically I get an order from that. I get people interested in the opportunity. And so if you're consistent, you have people, you've got more eyeballs on your like what you're selling, right? On the nails. And so that's the gist of it. I'm gonna open it up to any questions you guys have. What questions do you have regarding emails and Flowdesk and anything like that? Write in the chat or unmute yourself. Alyssa, do you have a question? No. Um, yeah, is anyone excited to start doing emails now? Because I think emails is just another way to, even if people don't even open your email, they're seeing your name in your email. It's a reminder that you sell the nails, you're still like here, you're still going strong. And so I know some people that email like on the daily. I don't recommend that, but I think you could do twice a week, once or twice a week, and you'd be fine. And like I said, even if they don't click open, they're seeing, oh, Ashley's still selling nails. Alyssa's still selling nails. Deborah's still selling nails, right? And it might remind them to go buy. Okay, so Mama B said, is there a good way to get emails of people already in your group? I mean, you literally could just ask. You could do a post in your VIP group and just say, hey, comment with your email, or you could do like a giveaway. Like, hey, if you want to enter a free set of nails, comment with your email or send me a message with your email and you'll be entered to win. Like it could be that simple because it's just another platform for people to see your stuff. And not everyone, um, here's the thing. Think about it. What is your favorite way to communicate? Some of you guys love Facebook. Some of you guys love Instagram. Some of you guys prefer TikTok. Some of you guys prefer texts. Some of you prefer emails. Everyone kind of has their favorite ways to communicate and socialize. And the more places that you can show up, the more you're reminding people, hey, I've got these really fun nails, or I've got this awesome business opportunity. And so if you can, that's why another reason you want to grow your email list is because you want to be everywhere. You want to be in all the places if you can. And that doesn't mean that you're doing like that you're constantly working or, super overwhelmed because you're trying to be in all the places. It just means that you come up with systems of like, okay, it's maybe every Tuesday you send an email, and you just know it's Tuesday. I try to do Fridays because I feel like my thing, like I slow down, I have a little less to do, and I feel like my prospects kind of their lives are a little slower on Fridays, so they have a little more free time to like read an email. You could do Saturday mornings. Sometimes people wake up and scroll their emails Saturday mornings. Just pick one day of the week where you're like, okay, it's email Friday, and know that that's when you're going to send your emails. But yeah, I would do some sort of you don't, and if you can't even afford to do a giveaway, just say, hey, comment below with your email or send me a DM if you want updates on the latest things, if you don't want to miss any sales. Because here's the other thing, not everyone is seeing your stuff in your VIP group or on your wall because of the dumb algorithms on Facebook. Unfortunately, only 1 to 10, only people are only seeing 1 to 10% of your stuff. That's why we have to be repetitive. You feel like you're being annoying, but most people are not even seeing your stuff. And so we want to be able to remind them on multiple different platforms. So Audrey said I would ask them for their emails so I could send them a happy birthday greeting as well. Oh, I love that. That's cute. Audrey, will you unmute yourself and explain how you keep track of their birthdays? Because I would not know how to keep track of that. I need to know this system.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to unmute myself. Um, well, basically, like in my VIP, I would ask them, that was one of the reasons. I would ask, hey, can you send me your email? I want to send you a birthday card, or maybe I would send them some kind of, I don't know, just a little gift or something, just to show that I acknowledge that I know their birthday and stuff, and I send it out. As far as keeping track, God, I think I would.
Like, how do
How
you know
was,
all their birthdays?
yeah, I was trying to remember. There was something that I used. There was an app that I used, and I can't remember. Otherwise, I would just put it on my calendar, and it would come up.
True.
But
Yeah, the iPhone calendar kind of
yeah,
reminds you. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for that.
you're welcome.
Mama B said, does Flodesk format your emails? That's a great question. I'm actually going to show you guys. We'll create an email from scratch because many of you will be creating emails from scratch unless you use the template that I give you. So let me share my screen and we'll go into Flodesk and I'll show you what it looks like if you decide to, let's go up to the top, go to emails here. You can also duplicate old ones. So once you create a format that you like, you can click duplicate. Like, so I could do, welcome spring. I could right click and I could click duplicate and then just switch out the pictures and the wording. So that's something that I do all the time is just duplicate past stuff and then switch out the wording. But you can click new email here. And then they have a bunch of hold on, I'm going to get this out of the way. Okay. They have a bunch of stuff you can use as well. They have beautiful, this is another reason I love it is because I used to be a photographer. I'm very into aesthetics. I like things to look pretty, including my emails. And so you could use, any of these, or you can make your own. So there's different ones. These are all of them, or there's like, if you want to share news, then you could use these ones, and or if you want to send a welcome email, or if you want to talk one about making money, so you can see here on the left, there's different types that they have set up for you. Here's one to just thank your customers. Like here's a thank you one. I used this one to send thank yous when people order from me. Um, so there's a lot. Let's see, yeah, we don't want to do that one. So let's go pick one. Let me see if I can find one of my favorites because there's one that I love, that I've used many times. Here's another thing, you guys, if you're like, well, I don't know what I would put in an email. You can also you could literally make it kind of like a VIP where you share something personal, something about the nails, and then something interactive and say like, reply to this and tell me, XYZ. Um, I'm trying to see if I can find the one that I am obsessed with. Hold on really quick. But see, can you see how many cute? These are so freaking cute. Okay, this is the one I love. It's called Share Your News. And so you can see here kind of what it looks like. And so you can go in and customize it. And so then you could say, so I have my header automatically in here. I make it bigger than this, but You can make it so it's like auto adds your header. Um, and then you could add, it kind of gives you prompts. So you could share something about your personal life. You could share a nail here, like upload a picture of the nails, do a sale, like whatever. And then add some words, and then thanks for being a customer, XO your name. You can also add, if you click the plus sign here, you could add your whole Instagram feed. So look how it automatically added my feed so that my customers can follow me on Instagram. So when you click the plus sign, you can add text. So now I can add text here. I click the plus sign, I can add an image. You can add a GIF. Sometimes if I don't want to add an image, if I don't have a good picture of me or whatever, I'll click on the link and I'll go to upload. Wait, where is it? No, not upload image. It's I gotta remember. I think they changed it. Here we go. Yeah, they changed it recently. Look, you guys, they just added Canva. Okay. Okay. So you literally could connect your Canva and add some of your stuff from Canva. But if you want to just add a GIF, like maybe you're due like, I'm so excited about the nails or whatever. You could search the word excited. Oops. And yeah, do something like this. And just be like, oh, add some text. You can add little like spacers too, if I want space in between the wording. Add text that's like, I'm so excited, whatever. You can you can change the font. Um, so there's tons of different fonts you can use. Let's see, there's way cuter fonts than this. Hold on. Is it gonna show me other ones? Come on now. Ah, shoot. What? Oh, I think I pushed the arrow button. Anyways, there's just a lot you can do. So it's really fun. And then the other thing is mobile view. It gives you mobile view, which is super important because most people are going to open it on their phone. And so with mobile view, you can scroll and see what it's going to look like on mobile. That way you don't make the font. See, look, here's my GIF, how that looks. There's my Instagram feed at the bottom. So many ways to customize it. It's just so fun. So, yeah, there's a lot of great ways. It's pretty, I feel like it's pretty user friendly. So you don't have to be brilliant with technology to figure it out. A lot of it can just be like drag and drop, click around until you figure it out. But it's pretty user friendly, in my opinion. So let's see. Cassie said, can you create it on your phone? You know, I have not tried. Hmm. I don't know that I've tried messing with Flodesk on my phone. I think it's more meant for using on your computer or laptop. That is a really great question. I mean, I probably could. Let's see, I'm pulling it up on my phone right now just to see. Yeah, I can. It's just not like, I don't know. It's a personal preference, I think. Um, so I could go in and make an email on my phone. I just like to do it on the bigger laptop screen. So, any other questions about emails? And you don't have to use Flowdesk. You could literally send out a Gmail with like, and then do, like email yourself or your husband, and then in the CC, you could put all your customers. I'm pretty sure if you do that, they won't see it. I just like Flowdesk because I think it looks more professional. I can duplicate my past one, drag in pictures. You can't really drag picture. You can't use pictures in like Gmail or anything. And so that's what I like about it. All right. Well, I hope that gets you guys excited to try email. It is, listen, it is something, if you are an entrepreneur, it is something you need to learn. It's something you need to build your email list because it can go with you across any business that you do. I mean, like I am a serial entrepreneur. I've been doing this for over 22 years and I've just been continuing to grow my email list over the years because my life changes, my businesses change. I have Airbnbs, like we use emails for Airbnbs. Like, it's just a really good idea to build your email list for any business that you have. So, and then if you have an email list, make sure you actually use it. Make sure you actually email your customers like once a week, which means maybe you need to set an alarm. If you are hearing this and you're like, I want to do this, you might need to make it a habit and literally on your phone set an alarm that says email Friday. So I'm actually going to do that right now because I think I had it as an alarm and then I turned it off. So I'm going to challenge you as right now, set an alarm on your phone that says like, pick a day of the week. I'm going to have mine repeat every Friday. I'm going to label it email, send email, and every Friday. And then I'm going to save it on my phone. Now I've got, actually, I got to change the time. I'm gonna make it 11:11 because I'm a nerd and I love angel numbers like that. So now I've got an alarm saying every Friday, 11:11, send an email. And that will just remind me, let's go, let's send emails. So this is just another way to grow your business because you guys, like I said, not everyone's seeing all your posts on Instagram. They're not seeing all your stories. They're not seeing your VIP group posts. And so an email is just another way to get some sales. And if you're consistent with it every week, you're going to get some sales from that, especially if you're emailing, as you add your current customers or even customers that just personally enrolled but never actually ordered. Email those people. They're prospects. They're not people that you're not cold messaging someone. These are people that have shown interest in the nails and they might just need some extra nudges to place an order. Um, all right, let's talk about our personal development video that I had you guys watch last week. And confession, I'm pretty sure it was the same one that I had you watch the week before. But I was like, you know what? Repetition. I listened to it twice. I listened to it this week, and that's when I realized it was the wrong one, or it was the same one. But I was like, I learned something new every time I listen to it. So I'm gonna have, um, so I don't think there's any harm in, I mean, I was even rereading a book that I read like early last year, and I was like, I forgot about this part. I forgot about this part. Like it's hard to retain information, right? Um, and so, which by the way, that book's called Turning Pro, and it's so good. It's such an easy read. Just talks about going from an amateur to a pro. So, highly recommend that book. I'm always listening to a personal development book. Um, on audio. I try to listen to it every day while I'm driving, while I'm getting ready, like doing monotonous things like laundry or dishes or whatever. Going on a walk, pop in your headphones and listen to audiobooks. It is the best. It has literally changed my life. It's been so good for my mental health. It's been so good for my businesses. So definitely make that a habit. I feel like that is a huge habit for so many millionaires and successful people is listening to personal development books, business development books, or podcasts. That's why we're doing it every week, and I've been loving it. I know you guys are too. So let's talk about that one. It was about recruiting. It was like 4 ways to recruit by Colleen Richards. Nichols? Colleen Nichols. I keep getting her last name messed up. So I'm going to open it up to you guys. I want to hear some of your takeaways if you listened to it last week or the week before. Um, what you guys, my window, can you tell? I have a window right in front of me and it has like, it's like this and it's driving me crazy. I'm like, get out of my face. Anyways, see if I can turn it while I am fixing that window pane. That's a pain in my booty. There we go. Okay, Mama B missed it twice. That's all right. I'll tell you some of my takeaways, but I want to hear if any of you listen to it. I want to hear what your takeaway is. And while I'm waiting, I'm actually going to pull up what I'm going to have you listen to next week. Let me find it. It's going to be, we're kind of following that series. And so it's actually in your Clio Color suite. So I'm going to pull it up right now. You guys can pull it up too if you want to be able to find it. I'll also post it in the Shine Squad Facebook group, but I'm logging in. Let me tell you where to find it. You go first sign in. Why is this being dumb? It's not signing in right. Hold on. Okay, I'm signing in, and then you're going to go to resources, and you're going to go to Business Bootcamp on the left. There's like words in red. Click on Business Bootcamp. This series has been so freaking good. I'm loving it. I'm learning new things like about social media, and it is I got so inspired that I bought her book, which I loved and I finished. It's her book is called Don't Make It Weird. Colleen Nichols, not Richards. And anyways, so the one we listened to, okay, so you can see here the business boot camp. The one we listened to last week was called Four Recruiting Tips to Jumpstart Your Business, I believe. And but the one I'm gonna have you guys we're gonna listen to next week is confidence, mindset, and getting over your own BS. I'll paste it here in the Zoom tab. So there it is. Pull that up on your phone or your laptop so that you can listen to that for next week. Okay, so does anyone have any takeaways from the four ways, four recruiting tips to jumpstart your business? Anyone? Bueller? All right, I will go. I'll go. So the some of my takeaways, one of the things she said that I thought I didn't even get this the first time I listened to it, I got it the second time, and that was to make your she said anytime you're talking to someone about the nails, to not only offer them, she said to give them three options to buy. She said one is to buy as a customer, and she said you can I'm trying to remember exactly how she said it. It was like you can buy as a customer, and there was like a particular way she worded it, and I can't remember because I was driving. The second one was a monthly Manny. Oh, she said you can buy as a customer and get free shipping with orders over 100. She said, or you can subscribe and get 10 to 15% off plus free shipping with a monthly Manny, or you can join as a brand partner and get, like 15 to 35%, what was it, 20 to 35% in commission in like cashback rebates. I feel like she said it way better than I'm saying it, but she basically gave them those three options, and she's like, you could even create like a graphic too, so that they know there's three different ways they could get by, right? She said, I think she also said for that third option as join as a brand partner, and she's like, and create an affiliate link so that you can make money and share it with when you share it with your friends and family. She's like, you guys, it's not that weird. She was saying, she was saying how like she was wearing a Spanx shirt. It was from Spanx. It didn't look like Spanx. Okay, so it was a normal sweatshirt. And she was like, if Spanx was like, hey, if you share next time you share this shirt, like you can get an affiliate link. Um, she's like, I'd be like, heck yes, let's do this. So it's not weird to say, hey, you can join as a brand partner and get an affiliate link and make money for any time you share the nails. Um, I know that there are a few people that joined Kleo Kolor just for that purpose. Like maybe they're not planning to join to work the business, but then they got an affiliate link. And here's the other thing, a lot of people end up do joining, becoming working the business because they're like, oh, these nails are so amazing. Like if they're like me and they're obsessed, then they're like, yeah, these nails are amazing. I want to post my mani because you guys, before I ever did direct sales, I was posting my mani on social media just for funsies. So they could make money by posting their mani with a link in their stories, posting mani on their Facebook wall with a link. And so it's not that weird to offer them the option to have become an affiliate, basically, as a brand partner or as an affiliate. They have both options to join, right? So I loved that she was like, offer all three when you're talking to a customer. Make it that be your normal conversation. When somebody's like, okay, tell me more about these nails, you could be like, after you give them your spiel, you say okay, there's three ways to buy this, or this. Thoughts on that? I want to hear your thoughts. I want to interact with you. Please talk to me. So I'm not talking to myself.
I
Darlene,
love that. I love it. I've always been uncomfortable like with offering the business, and that makes it so easy.
right?
You just always
Because
say that. It's
yeah,
not, it's yeah.
yeah. I think even make a script on your phone,
Yep.
like a note on your phone that's like, okay, cool, here's my link. There's three ways to order, one, two, or three. And that way you don't have to like think of it every time. You can even add it to your boards app if you're using boards. Um, but that way it's just like, this is how you order. This is, you can even have a graphic that goes with it that's like three ways to order this, or this. Here's what you get. I think people pay more attention to graphics than they do like a big blob of words. But if you break it up where you're like emoji number one, two lines, a space, emoji number two, two lines, a space, emoji number three, da da da. And then you add a graphic, like that's going to be really clear how to order. You can even add that in your emails. When you do emails, there's three ways to order. Keep it in your email permanently. There's three ways to order this, or this, right? And that way, because there's a lot of people that don't even know they could make money off these nails, right? Because think about it, like you can't make money from other press-ons, right? That you buy from like Target, but they don't know that they could. And so just even planting that seed of like, oh, you could make money as an affiliate with these manis,
Mhm.
it's like a really great way to just even introduce the opportunity and plant that seed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think making that part of the conversation, part of the posts in your VIP group, part of your DMs, part of your emails, like let's all make this more of a habit.
That's
Yeah.
what I want to do it on everything.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just think
I think
it's just so good.
yeah. I know. I was like, genius. Like she's got some really great ideas in there, you
Yeah.
guys. That's why I was actually glad I listened to it twice. Thanks, Darlene. So the other thing she shared, and does anyone else want to chime in on that? By the way, this one was called, it's actually not labeled. It's the last, let me share my screen so you guys know which one I'm talking about. If you're like, where do I find this? So it's here in our resource library. After I clicked on Business Boot Camp, there's like confidence mindset and getting over your own BS. That's the one we're going to listen to this next week. But if you look here, there's like leading with the business, recruiting fundamentals, how to use social media to recruit and grow your team. And then this one right here is the four, or maybe it's this one. Yeah, I think this is the video that goes with, there's worksheets too. But this one right here that is not labeled is the four recruiting tips to jumpstart your business. And that's the one I'm referring to right now. So, anyways, one of the other things she shared in there, unless one of you wants to chime in, feel free to chime in, unmute yourself, or write in the chat your thoughts. But another thing she shared was to have kind of theme days for your Instagram stories. And she mentioned, and I talked about this last week, talking about the business like once a week in slides, kind of having like a slide series in your stories where you have them ask a question, or you use the ask a question sticker in your Instagram stories, or I'm not sure if it works on Facebook. I'm actually going to look right now. And then she said to use it to, hold on, let me create a story, and see if I can, like, hold on. So if I do stickers, is there a question box? Oh, there is. Okay. Yeah. So what you do is, let me find a decent picture of me. I normally have, let me see if I have my plug so I can show you my phone screen. Shoot, I normally have my, oh, I do. Okay. Thanks for being patient with me while I show you. But I'm a visual person and I know you guys probably are too. So let me like legitimately show you what this looks like. So first I'm going to find a nail fee, decent nail picture that I've taken recently, which by the way, every time you do your nails, take a nail fee, take 5 nail fees, make a video of it. Go live before you, I'm going to go live today. I want to change my nails. So anytime I change my nails, I'm going to go live. Um, sometimes Facebook. Okay, here's one. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, my phone screen, and then you guys can see what the heck I am talking about. Tell me when you can see my phone screen. Hold on, I gotta make sure you guys can see it. Can you see it? Will someone unmute their self and say, yes, I can see it? Because I can't see.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, cool. All right, so here's a nail fee I took recently. And then I'm gonna go see this button at the upper right-hand corner. You go to stickers and to see where it says question, you can say, what questions do you have about Kleo Kolor? And then you can move your box around so it's not covering your nails. And then you would share it. And then once you've shared it, you can actually go here. I'll actually post this. I'm going to swipe. Do you guys see me swiping? I'm swiping right, which means I can, like right now, I'm doing the Paris app so that my hands aren't so wrinkly. Let me see what happens if I swipe left. Yeah, swipe left, I can use like the Caro. I kind of like Caro sometimes to lighten things up. I also love, the other one I love is, what is it? Paris will smooth out your hands. Shoot, it doesn't, yeah. I'm gonna do Paris. Okay, so I'm gonna share it. Let's make it a little bigger.
And Kelly, this is Instagram or Facebook?
This
It's
one's
Facebook.
Facebook, but it looks
Okay.
very similar on Instagram.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure you could do it on Facebook. So can you see it? It is, okay, so now I'm going to my stories and I say, what question do you have about? Now I'm gonna go in there. I wonder if I can answer it. I don't think I can answer it on my own. Well, that's annoying because you could answer it on Instagram. So, yeah. So you're gonna have to, let me stop sharing. You would have to, I think you're gonna have to post it on Instagram in order to do the story sticker. Um, in order to go in and answer your own questions. That's what she recommended doing is you like, let me show you how to do it on Instagram. Hold on. I'll set it up. And then that way you can see what it looks like to answer your own question. But even if you, um, but even if
Hey,
you
I
don't
just
like,
answered it.
sorry, what?
I just answered your question. I just put a
That's actually something
question.
you could do is you could tell us like in our little Shine Squad chat, you guys can say, hey, somebody go answer my my question. But I do want to show you guys how to do it on Instagram in case I like to start with Instagram. Because I like to, if you post on Instagram and you connect it to your Facebook, you're posting in two different places. You're posting on Instagram, then Facebook, which is what I like to do. That way I'm showing up in multiple places. So hold please while I find a Nelfie. Okay. All right, so I'm sharing my screen, my phone screen here. Oh, this is funny. It's like, okay, hold on. Share via cable. Okay. Can you see you should be able to see my phone really soon. Okay. So this was actually a picture I took, but can you see how it's turned into a video? That's because it was a live on iPhone. It's called a live picture. And so I'm going to do this button right here there we go. This button on the left, the stop button. See, here's the button on the right makes it live. The button on the left makes it off. So I don't want it live. I just want it like a picture. Did I make it is this a story or did I make it a reel? Oh, heavens. I hate it when Instagram does this. Hold on. Hold, please. Hold, please. You guys are being patient with me. Hold on. I gotta. Okay, I'm clicking the plus sign. I'm clicking stories, and then I'm scrolling looking for a nail fee. And here we go. Okay. So now tell me if you can see. Hold on. It should hopefully show you guys now. Okay. So I clicked story, then I added a nail fee. I swiped and did the Paris thing. Now I click up here where it looks like a sticker kind of. And then it's gonna say, where's this? Where's the question box here? They always change it. There it is, questions. So I'm gonna say, what questions do you have about Kleo Kolor? Hopefully this one will let me answer my own question. Okay, so then I click plus. It goes to my stories. Now it's also going to my Facebook story. So it's uploading. Hold on. Takes a minute to upload. Come on. Okay. So now that it's posted, I can go in and answer. I can go in and answer my own questions. So I'm going to say, how much is it to join? And she said, so I just sent myself a question. And so now, in order to find my questions, I can hover on my story and I push it up and then it says, here's somebody's answer. So now I click on the answer and I share the response. I know this is kind of advanced stuff. But then I can go and sometimes I'll just say create so that I don't have to do a background. But then I can go and say how much to join and I can like say it's only $19 to join. Um, where did that go? Here it is. So do you see that? Um, so anyways, you can go in and answer your own questions. But what she was basically the gist of it, if this feels too techy, don't worry about it. The gist is you want to take a day where you're sharing about the business in your stories or on your wall. Remember I talked about Thankful Thursday where you share the business blessings? I think that's the perfect day to do it. Where you talk about, I'm so thankful for Kleo Kolor because I have amazing nails, or I'm so thankful for Kleo Kolor because I have this fun community, or I'm so thankful because I'm learning new things in from my team. I'm so thankful because I was able to pay my cell phone bill. Like whatever it is, share that on your wall and then even talk about the business in your stories like once a week. So that was another thing that she shared that I thought was awesome. Anyone else want to chime in on that one? On what you learned. And if you didn't watch it, that's okay. But if anyone did, I'd love to hear. Does anyone have any questions about what I just showed you? I know it was a little bit tricky, a little bit like advanced, but I think if you watch the replay of this, I think you could figure it out. It just takes like one time of being like, okay, how does this work? And then, you know, you'll get it. You guys are so quiet today. All right, well, we're pretty much out of time. So I guess we'll wrap it up if nobody has any questions. Does anyone have any just general questions about their business that they want to chat about? Danny said, I'm so thankful for all these tips. Isn't it fun? It's so fun to learn new things, right? I love learning new things. That's why I love listening to personal development books, business development books. It's like your mind is blown. You're like, oh my gosh, I never thought of it that way, or I never thought to do this or try that, right? It's like so fun to learn new things. Audrey?
Yeah, I had a question. Product credits, do they ever expire? Like when we create a code, do they expire at all?
I heard it was 90 days. Um,
Okay.
I can double check, but let me ask right now.
Okay.
I thought it was 90 days from when you get them.
And I guess the join, is it always $19? I mean, it's never going to change.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, as far as we know, yeah, it is always $19, which I love. I'm like, dude, it's a no-brainer. Like I am always talking about, I always post that. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but on Messenger, you can do like a little note. You can add a note. Uh, I'll show you this trick too. One more trick since I'm showing you all the tricks. Um, Sharing my screen now. Okay. On Messenger, when you're in Messenger and you're like chatting with people about the business, see your own, see these bubbles at the top. See where it says like we got Win on our team is saying $10 nails, and then Teresa's saying $10 manicures. Um, these are all people from our team. I love it. So you could do something similar where it's like
So what did I just do?
where you say $10 nail sale and then post it right there. And then when people, maybe your customers are in Messenger, they might see that and be like, wait, tell me more.
Where did I just put it?
So that's kind of a cool little trick. But what I was saying about the $19 is I often, you guys might have seen this before, where I'll be like, only $19 to join because, and you can do this on Instagram too in your DMs. Um, but it's only like that way you're just kind of constantly reminding people, I'm here, I still sell nails, right? I still have a business opportunity. And so I often do the only $19 to join because I don't know a lot of other companies where it's only $19 to join. A lot of them, it is way, way more to join. And I think it's so cool that ours is only 19. So
Okay.
yes,
Great.
the answer is yes, Audrey.
Yeah, well, because last night I was talking with a friend of mine. She had bought some nails, and then we saw the sale, the $10, and she was like, "Oh my God!" And so I could tell she's like she loves nails. So I brought that up, but I was getting nervous because I'm like, "Oh my God, is it $19 like all the time?" So I
Always.
the wrong info.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up sending her. So she's gonna think about it. joining and stuff because I think she'll be great. But yeah,
I
okay.
love that. And I love that I'm curious what you said to her because sometimes we just need to plant that seed of like, girl, if you love nails, you might love doing this. Like just planting that
Hmm.
seed of like, you could do this. Because some people are like, wait, I could? Oh, maybe I could. Like it has maybe never dawned on them. So sometimes
Hmm.
just planting that seed. What did you say to her to, bring it up?
I mean, that's basically what I said. I was like, girl, you love, nails. If you want to make some extra money, it's only $19 to join. We get paid weekly and monthly as well, because I know she's, a single mom. She's made comments. I've known her for a while. She's made comments about, she's make extra money. And so I was like, let me go ahead and bring it up because she was so excited about the nails. So we must have been messaging, I don't know for how long, going back and forth, looking at these different styles and stuff like that. And so I was like, you know what? I just need to bring it up to her. So,
Yeah, I love that. Um, that's great. I think just yeah, so brilliant planting
hmm.
those seeds. Okay. I think that we are out of time. I have an appointment I got to go to soon. And so if you have any other questions, just message me your questions, but hopefully this was very informative. You can just pick one thing. Don't get overwhelmed. Pick one thing. I would recommend emails that you learned from this call and try it. Try it and just play around with it in this next week. Because I really want to help you guys grow your email list and start emailing on a regular basis. Get in the habit of doing that. Okay. Thanks for hopping on, you guys. We'll see you same time, same place next Friday. And let's make it an amazing week with this awesome sale. Bye.
Bye.